Hey everyone, Josh here with Fresh Start Customs, and today we're going to be starting a new series here for the top Glowforge designs that I create. I'm going to kick off the first one with our gaming stands for consoles. This is right outside of Christmas when I'm making this video. This is a great time to start selling these stands to people because everybody just got their consoles for Christmas. So as far as like Oculus, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch devices. I've got one for each of those, and we're going to go ahead and go into this, and then you can make these for yourself, sell them to other people, and make a profit right away with your Glowforge. Especially if you just got your Glowforge for Christmas, this is a good time to jump in and get a head start on that. So let's go ahead and jump into this video here. First up, we have the Oculus stand. This is going to work for Oculus 2, 1, and the Rift. So, and it'll also work with these cheap VR headsets. As you can see, I don't have the controllers in this photo here. This is just a cheap VR headset where you put your phone into it. But as you can see, I've got an Oculus here. This is a side view with a controller in it. And then if I scroll down, here's the front view. And then this is kind of what it looks like when it's bare, depending on which way you set it up. This one is clear with some Baltic birch. It looks really good. And then here's just a multicolored one that a client did. So this turned out really well. This is a really big hit for any kind of VR headset. Next up, we're going to do the PlayStation stand. Now, real quick look at this one. Is the PlayStation stand is the same as the Xbox stand. So if you buy one, don't buy the other. I had to do that for SEO purposes for Etsy. So, but as you can see, it works for both PlayStation and Xbox, and it works for PS5 and PS4 controllers. So this will pretty much work for anyone out there. This works great. As you can see, here's some PS4 and the PS5 controllers. Works out great. As you can see, I did put that it does not include any kind of logos because those are copyrighted. That was just for photo purposes there. So next up, we got the Xbox controller. Like I said, that is the same as the PlayStation, but as you can see, I flipped the stand backwards in this one here. So you can do the stand either way you like, whether you like it to hang over this lip or whether you like it to hang over the edge there and you want to put something up front like this one. So this is just a different look at a different kind of material too on here. So this works really well. You have the standard size headphones will fit on here really well as well. It has a great aesthetic. These are probably the #1 selling ones here. A lot of people like Xbox and PlayStation. And then some people have 4 controllers. So you have like the 4-player controller stand. You can do it the same way. It looks like this here. It's kind of got the vibe of the other one, but both sides. And then we just got rid of the headset to make up for the 4 controllers here. Once again, this will work for PlayStation, Xbox controllers here. Next up, we got just the 2 controllers with no headset. Here's a quick side look of it here. Some people don't have a headset and they just wanted the 2 controllers, so I made this stand here. Same thing, Xbox and PlayStation controllers work on this. Next up, we have just the floating controller stand. This is basically just a clear see-through stand that floats. It's just a single-player controller. That way, if you don't have multiple controllers, it'll hold just one. Same thing, Xbox and PlayStation. Looks really great, just standing there. Next up, we do have a wall-mounted version of this too, and this one comes with an optional headphone stand at the bottom. So you can either choose to not have the headphone stand or have the headphone stand. Comes both ways. It works with PlayStation and Xbox as well, and it mounts to the wall with 2 screws. So this one is really classy. This one looks great from any angle. Here's the front too. So this one is awesome. Next up, we have the Switch docking station. So this is going to be the only one that actually has the docking station built in, where you can have the Switch in the background docked to your TV. Then it will work with multiple different types of controllers, like the Switch Pro or the Joy-Con one. The Joy-Con one looks a little funny because it is a wider and longer based controller here. I'll give you a side view of that really quick. This is kind of what it looks like on the side here. So this one works great if you want to use the TV dock and you have the full-size Switch and you always like to dock it. Wanted to give that as an option to people. Next up, we have the 4 Switch controller holder here. So if you have multiple Switch devices in your family, somebody wanted me to create one that would hold up to 4 different devices. So I created this one. It'll work with the regular Switch, as you see in the background here. These are 2 regular Switches. And it'll work with the Switch lights here. So you can see the Switch lights up front. Next up, we have another Switch stand. This one is going to be kind of a mix between the Xbox and PlayStation stand and that last Switch stand. So basically, this will work with a regular Switch or a Switch Lite on the one side, and then it'll work with 2 controllers on this side. As you can see, I got a little chart of what is available for each hook. The only thing that you have to watch out for is this bottom hook will not fit this Joy-Con that's on the top here, just because, like I said, it is wider and longer, so it kind of hits in there and it gets a little tight, so it looks a little funny in there. But other than that, it'll hold like 2 Pro controllers at once, and then here's the other side where it's holding the actual Switch itself in place, and here's like a Switch Lite in there. So it can hold multiple different controllers and switches there, so you have multiple options available to you. Next up, we have the sideways switch stand, is what I called this one. This is where you can have either a Switch or a Switch Lite. It's designed for the regular Switch to fill this curve here to give it kind of an aesthetic look. You can choose multiple different colors and multiple different options. This is just a red and white version here that we chose. And then same thing here. It works with like the Pro and the Joy-Con controllers. It'll work with multiple different kinds of controllers here. But yeah, that turns out great. Here's the Switch Lite in it as well. So you have kind of a quick look at that. And then last but not least, we have the Switch box storage box here. This is really cool. You can actually put your game cartridges inside the bottom, and then your Switch goes right on top of those cartridges here. Then you have an option of adding like a soft foam texture in the inside if you want to, but that's totally optional if you want to or not. I chose to. And then it has like a dual tone layer, so there's actually 2 boxes. It's like a box within a box, and the bottom shines through the top here that just says Switch. So it's really cool, and it does the same thing with these like vent holes all the way around. You can see the inside wood. And then here's a better look at that. So you can see the inside is like this walnut look, and then the outside is the maple is what I chose to do in this one. So that turned out really well. I really like it. And if you're wondering what these holes are for, these are just for the back triggers so the Switch can rest in there flat. And then just keep in mind, this is to be stored on a shelf flat like this, so you don't want to flip it upside down or anything. Other than that, those are the different stands and different options that you have for gaming consoles. Those are my top designs for like the gaming consoles. If you want to get your own of these to actually make and sell, just go down to the link in the description below and purchase it there. I appreciate your support. I hope you guys enjoy this style video. I'll make some more on different designs that I would recommend for like new Glowforge owners and users as well to make and sell and make some money with. Other than that, it's been Josh with Fresh Start Customs, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.